As we continue our days without NBA basketball, there's of course going to be little to no news and rumors coming from the NBA at all. But nevertheless, there are still some stories that we can talk about, and something that actually broke recently this coming week and even earlier last week. And as we take a break also from our draft series videos, if you guys haven't checked them out, of course I have videos on James Wiseman, Obi Toppin, LaMelo Ball, and a recently video that's probably going to come after this one, and that is of course going to be talking about our favorite UNC basketball point guard that was once a top 2 prospect and potentially could be a lottery pick in this next NBA draft. But nevertheless, we're here to talk about a different story. A story about a team that really is in the shadow of another team. And if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, I'm of course talking about the LA Clippers. The LA Clippers have always been in the shadow of the LA Lakers for as long as we can remember. Ever since they moved to LA and shared the same stadium as the LA Lakers, it's really been a Clippers versus Lakers town, but we all know that LA is a Lakers town. LA is a huge Lakers fan. It has a huge community of Lakers fans because of the rich history of the LA Lakers, right? Moving from Minneapolis to LA, where they continue the rich history of winning, guys like Kareem, guys like Wilt, guys like Magic, like Kobe, and now LeBron James have joined the LA Lakers. It really goes to show you that the Lakers have a rich tradition of getting the right players, getting the best players, and really solidifying themselves as top king sport in LA. Professional sport, I think they cannot be beat by anyone. College, maybe USC, but nevertheless, it is still a Lakers town no matter what. And of course, this is going to upset the Lakers fans, especially Steve Ballmer, who recently purchased the Clippers, and I don't know if I can say why and how he purchased the Clippers. Maybe it has to be a video, but I also don't want YouTube to suppress this. So nevertheless, we're going to continue on with the story that Steve Ballmer bought the LA Clippers from Donald Sterling. As you guys know, Donald Sterling has this whole, incidents, and that's what led him to lose the Clippers and eventually Adam Silver, I should say, banning him. But nevertheless, the next thing that we're going to be talking about here is of course going to be how the Clippers can escape the Lakers' shadow, because we know that the LA Clippers are trying to do that. They are trying to make sure that by winning a title this year with Kawhi Leonard, with Paul George, with Patrick Beverley, Montrezl Harrell, and many others on that roster, they are trying to make sure that they can secure an NBA championship. And by doing that, they feel that they can take over the LA town for a little bit until the story that we're now going to be breaking here, which was on March 24th. And that is, of course, Clippers owner Steve Ballmer has reached an agreement to purchase the Forum in Inglewood, California, clearing the biggest obstacle in the franchise's way of building a new arena in that area. And this is a very important thing for the LA Clippers because, like I said, they lived in the shadow of the Lakers. And by escaping the shadow of the Lakers, you have to move the arena. You cannot stay at Staples Center, because we know that when they play at Staples Center, they cover the Lakers banners, and we know that that's not really the Clippers' home. We know the Clippers are from a different state. I think they used to be the Buffalo Braves. I can't remember what other teams. I think they were in San Diego. They were in many other places, but nevertheless, here we are now, with the LA Clippers now officially trying to purchase a new place to play in a different arena. Steve Ballmer is a very ambitious owner, and he really wanted to get out of the shadow, and he really wants to stay in the market. I think what upsets me the most about Steve Ballmer is the fact that I think he should have moved the Clippers to Seattle. And I know this is coming from a salty Seattle fan that wants their basketball back because there's such a rich tradition and history of basketball in this state with high schools, University of Washington, top picks, a bunch of great players. There's a bunch of good NBA talented players that came from the state of Washington, and the fact that they don't have a place to go to play in front of their hometown and for a professional setting is it sucks, because I think that they really would love to play in front of the fans here in Seattle who are crazy, who are ravenous, who are yearning for basketball. They don't want to drive 2 to 3 hours to Portland to go and watch a game. But nevertheless, we're here to talk about what Steve Ballmer is going to do to get out of the Lakers' shadow. Now, the first way that they did that is, of course, they decided to officially buy the Forum, and that's, of course, thanks to Steve Ballmer. They are now going to be moving into a new home relatively soon. Of course, they probably still need to kind of destroy the original structure that was there and kind of rebuild it and make it bigger, more new technological advance, and many other things to add to it. So that way, the Forum can be more modernized for the LA Clippers, especially because if you don't have a rich tradition in history, You try to finesse your way to getting people to come by having the latest things, the latest technology inside your arena. And as the Clippers decide to build their new arena, the biggest question is going to be, can the LA Clippers escape the shadow of the LA Lakers? Because that to me is going to be the biggest question mark going into these next couple years as the Forum gets rebuilt, gets technologically advanced, and as they decide to, put more seats in there, decide, how much to charge for season tickets, what the stadium's going to look like, what the flooring's going to look like. The problem is that you are still in LA, and LA is always going to be Lakers town, I should say, because of the fact that they have such a rich history of getting the biggest names out there to join their teams. Guys like Magic, Wilt, Kareem, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, the Logo, LeBron James now, Kobe Bryant. I mean, those are some of the biggest names in NBA history. And to me, yes, you got Kawhi Leonard, who is going to probably be a Hall of Famer eventually in his career. But the problem is that you don't have that big name franchise player. Paul George is a nice player. Montrezl Harrell is a nice player, even though I love his game and I love his energy. Patrick Beverley is a nice player. You just don't have the rich tradition and history of getting, some of the top 5 NBA players when they're playing. And that's the situation that we're going to be seeing with the LA Clippers moving forward is, are they going to be able to get those players to join them? And maybe in 20 to 30 years, are we going to look back and say, wow, the Clippers really changed their image a lot by moving to the Forum, by having this new technologically advanced stadium, and really try to secure the LA Clippers legitimacy in being in LA? Because just like the Rams, or sorry, not like the Rams, just like the Chargers, just like the Rams, it's nevertheless, I still think that the LA Clippers are not going to be ever overtaking the LA Lakers just because of the history and tradition. I mean, we've seen a lot of these startup companies build their household names. I mean, Microsoft did it, Apple did it, many other, tech industry companies have done it. Facebook has done it, buying Instagram and all this other stuff. There's a rich tradition and history that each of these companies possess, and that's how they're able to continue and succeed from here on out. And that's going to be, like I said, Steve Ballmer's biggest obstacle is, how do you get past that? And like I said previously in this video, I literally said it, you have to move them to Seattle. You have to move them to a state where there's no competition. Because to me, you are never going to overtake any professional team in LA. You're not going to be taking over the Rams. You're not going to be taking over the Lakers. You're not going to be taking over the LA Kings or even the LA Dodgers, who have a rich tradition in history. There's just too many teams. You're going to be just like the Los Angeles Angels, or the Anaheim Angels, I think they're called now. You're going to be like those teams where there's just no rich tradition in history, and you're just looked as the Laker tickets are expensive, I'll just go and buy cheaper seats and play and watch the games in the Clippers, to watch the games in the Chargers, because you don't have a household name, because you don't have a notoriety besides Kawhi Leonard at this moment. There's a reason why there's not going to be such an excitement for teams and for fans to really get hyped in to watching LA Clippers games. And that's going to be the saddest part about it, because I love Steve Ballmer. I love the energy. He reminds me of a Mark Cuban type of owner who really cares about this team, who really will spend and go beyond and above to really pay whatever it takes. Maybe he did some shady stuff with the Kawhi Leonard contract. I don't know. That's just rumors, by the way. It still doesn't matter. Like, we're still looking at an LA Lakers town, and to me, he missed the opportunity by moving them to Seattle or moving them to a different state where they could eventually be the number one thing in that state. And if you were able to bring back the Seattle Supersonics and change it from the Clippers, because Clippers don't really have a rich tradition and history compared to the Sonics, then I think you would have a very interesting and a very awesome team here in Seattle. And I think that because before this whole thing started, Seattle was on the rise in terms of people moving here. It was becoming a very tech-savvy industry. It's becoming a very young person's town, and a lot of those young people want to go to sporting events. It's a different generation. It's not like the older generation, although some more people are watching them at home. Nevertheless, you're still going to get those rowdy fans. I mean, you saw how the Seattle Seahawks did when they won their championship in 2014. There's still a lot of things going on for Seattle that makes me believe that they should have been the destination for Steve Ballmer this whole time. And I made a video on this so much earlier, but this is really talking about what Steve Ballmer is going to be doing for the Forum. And my question for you guys is going to be, will the LA Forum be a significant advantage for the LA Clippers moving here on out. Will the Clippers be looked at as the top dog or top tier franchise in LA? Will you see them being even top 3 LA franchises as they continue to move forward? If you guys, terms of notoriety, would you guys go to a Clippers game? Or would you rather go, let's say you had to choose between the top 3 LA teams, like what are the 3 LA teams sports you would go to? And to me, I don't think the Clippers are going to be on that list. They're not going to be top 3. They're not even going to be top 4. They might be top 5. And of course, there's such a small amount of professional teams in LA. I mean, there's more than, the other cities. But nevertheless, I still think in my heart of heart that the LA Clippers are always going to be the wicked stepchild to the LA Lakers. And it's only a matter of time before we see the LA Clippers eventually become forgotten, and they really should have moved to Seattle, Washington. But anyway, guys, like I said, my name is Bernie, here on The Charge, giving the latest NBA news and rumors and also basketball opinions. And if you guys haven't checked out our latest videos talking about the NBA draft series, go and check those out. Like I said, we have a James Wiseman video, Obi Toppin, who's going to be the next Zach LaVine 2.0, and also LaMelo Ball. Is he going to be the biggest star potential in this league? Anyway, guys, like I said, my name is Bernie. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.